And our philosophy is not take things to reduce inflammation, which a lot of people are taking those supplements for, but reduce things that are causing inflammation. And if you look at most of the research, not paid research, if you look at most of the research, our body in a metabolic state produces omega-9 fatty acid, which is an unsaturated fat, to reduce inflammation. The body's designed, it's basically trying to always create health. It's a machine. But it's been shown that when we take in too many unsaturated fats, we inhibit, I'll try to simplify it, our own production of omega-9, we actually push the body into an inflammatory state. And I have one simple way to prove this. Doesn't matter what the research is. I don't care if you're taking it and you feel like God or He-Man or She-Man. Wake up in the morning while you're laying in bed, take your body temperature and pulse, because it doesn't lie. And most people that are taking unsaturated fats or supplements, fish oils, cod liver oils, etc., they're going to wake up, cold hands and feet, insomnia, racing heart, and their temperature is going to be below 97.8, and their pulse is going to be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, which on our end is low, and that's basically hypometabolic. So, unsaturated fats, to simplify it, have the same action as estrogen in the body. So they spike insulin. When we're talking about hair loss, that has a huge impact on hair loss and facial hair growth. Has a huge impact on how your thyroid is producing energy. So it pushes your cells into basically a state of producing inflammatory compounds. And then the end of all this is you create blood sugar fluctuations. I'm really fast forwarding it to save you all the technical details. And when it comes to hair, that is probably one of the most important things is regulating blood sugar and insulin levels, because that is the catalyst to control all your other hormones. So on our end, unsaturated fats are like an anti-hair fat, where the right types of sugars, proteins, and saturated fats are nice pro-hair compounds because of the hormones they regulate.
And I think it's also important to understand that, again, when we're looking at fats, one of the bigger components is what's the body's preference.
Right.
And we're consuming a diet loaded with these unsaturated fats, yet the body's preference is really only about 5%. It really wants those saturated fats. It wants those monounsaturated fats to maintain the integrity of the cells and for that communication. And what we're seeing, again, in the energy state of most people is when we're not oxidizing glucose, we have to break down our fatty acids, and those are stored in our tissues. And that's what the body breaks down, and it prefers those saturated, so it's going to release those unsaturated primarily first. It doesn't want those, so it's letting those go first. And in that release, it creates a very vicious inflammatory cycle in the body, and again leads to suppression of the thyroid, overproduction of, or I shouldn't say overproduction, but it affects the hormonal pathways and how we're producing our steroidal hormones.